Om. 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 Today we are going to study chapter 11 from Bhagavad Gita, Viswaroopa Darsana Yoga. In chapter 10, Lord Krishna spoke about his glories, that I am in all and there is nothing else other than me. There is no end to my glories. Every personality is in me. All the moods and behaviors and everything. Every power is mine. I am in all. In chapter 10, verse 1, in chapter 11, verse 1, Arjuna is reiterating, recalling what Krishna said from chapters 1 through 6. Thank you for sharing this royal knowledge, royal secret. And with your grace, my delusion is dissolved. I am clear in my mind. He is satisfied, but he is still not fully aware of the knowledge of Atma. Krishna referred to that Atma in chapters, second chapter, fourth chapter, fifth and sixth. In verse 2, Arjuna says, I learned about creation, dissolution, endless creation, your greatness in chapter 10, 1 to 10, 6. I learned about the jiva, the individual, one's karma, duties, self-effort, meditation, were all described and he recalls all of them. Arjuna understands intellectually that all appearances are Brahman, but he is unable to see Brahman in all, just like all of us. We understand intellectually, but we don't see. When we see somebody, neighbor, or a dog, or a cat, we don't see Atman, right? So his intellect and heart are not in alignment. He is unable to see the oneness in all. So in verse 3, he places a request to, or a petition to Krishna. He is not asking a question. He is asking Tamil vendu kolcholvar. So in verse 3, he says, Purushottama. That means divine. You show me your divine rupam. Purushottamam rupam darshayami. I would like to think if I am capable of Yogeswara. Yogeswara means the leader or the possessor of all yogas. The dormant power we saw last time. When it is in the seed form, it is yoga. When it expresses, it is vibhuti. So, Yogeswara, I would like to see your imperishable superior Viswaroopa, that is cosmic form, universal form. This statement reflects that we do not have to ask anything, but accept what we get. If Lord decides that I need to give this to you, you will get it. So accept what you get. Arjuna was told that everything that appears is nothing but Ishvara, Supreme. He agreed and accepted in verse 1 and 2, chapter 11, but unable to see the Lord in all. There is an internal conflict because we all have, he also has this, I like this person, I don't like that person. Duryodhana is my enemy, Bhishma is my grandfather, Drona is my guru. In any learning, it is advisable or effective to follow auditory, visual, and kinesthetic methodology. This is an effective method, even with our direct reports, or subordinates, or family, children. It's always, excuse me, always you have to show something that is, you can explain it, that is auditory, and then show it, that is visual, and then watch them doing it. That is kinesthetic, they call it. So even in schools here, in elementary school, even in first and second grade, the children have a class where they say show and tell. Whatever toy you have, you bring it, show it, and talk about it. So it's always important to see visual. So chapter 10 was auditory, MP3 we can say. Those days we used to listen to it, right? Now, chapter 11 is visual, TV. So Krishna is going to show everything to Arjuna. In temple, when we go, there is a feeling that there is God. Then we go inside. But when we come out of the temple, we no longer have it. Walking seems different from pradakshina. Both are same walking. So Arjuna is requesting for visual image. So please show me that all are in you. Verse 5 to 8, Krishna responds, Pashime Rupani, that is, see my, you can see Sahasra means thousands of forms and colors of my divine forms you see now, Krishna is saying. He refers to rishis, sages, saints, deities. Arjuna, look at all the plants, creepers, insects, animals, and all species, all in me. So, verse 8, he says, you cannot see with your current sight. Let me give you the divine vision, Jnana Chakshuhu. Sight is different from vision. Sight can be used only to see the Prakriti nature, Anatma. Bahirmukha, okay? That too, to see far off objects, you need telescope. To see minute objects, you need microscope. Similarly, one needs a divine vision to see me, he says. This is because this is beyond that. Nirguna Brahman is beyond five senses. You have to go antarmukha inside. Only with this vision, one can see the glories of Ishvara. So what is the divine vision? A pure, clean mind, without likes and dislikes, without any bias. It is an attitude, the ability to see the oneness in all. Both Sanjayan, who is advising Dhritarashtra, and Arjuna were able to see whatever Krishna is showing. Those days they had, in Dwapara Yuga, they had the divine vision. That was the TV, that's the divine vision. So we are going to see this in slides also. There's really no one form encompassing all. If it is one form, then it becomes limited again, right? But Krishna takes a particular form to show the ignorant Arjuna. What is it? Seeing all forms as divine is emphasized here. It's not just one form. Meena can turn off the video. When an ignorant or a jnani, a realized one, sees the world, the ignorant sees the name and form, and the realized sees the divinity in all. It is the perspective, thought, attitude, not the sight. Because when the eyes see, the mind is what interprets. Eyes does not tell you. Eyes does not tell you whether it is a pen or a pencil. The mind interprets it, right? So eyes do not tell you whether it is a red color or a blue color. It is the mind that interprets it. The mind uses the senses as tools. As the mind changes, so is our world view. We see the unity in diversity. In some things like vegetables, we call different eggplants and tomato, potato, all those things. We call individual names are there, but then we say this is vegetables. Same thing with fruits. We have different fruits, apple, orange, banana, everything, berries, but we have different names for each one, but we call it fruits. So you're seeing the unity in diversity. But when it comes to humanity, we don't use that. We don't see unity among humanity, right? So we always see the differences. He's a Hindu, he's a Christian, he's a Muslim, he's rich, he is poor, he is good, he is bad. All those things are in the mind. And ignorance view is divided, categorized, everything cataloged, everything and everyone. The universe is one, differences are nothing but diversity. Think about it. When you go for a walk and you see all the plants in one green color, only one, there is no difference. It's just a one green patch. Because they are different, each leaf is different in shape, size, color, different greens. So each one is unique. So is your human beings. Everyone is unique. So one appears as many. How many different types of grains we have, and we make so many things. We make bread, muffins, cakes, and all those things, right? Same thing with sugar. One sugar, we make so many different sweets, but everything is sugar. Similarly, all humans, they're all one, only one. One appears as many. So, and each one has a definite functionality. The differences are in the mind. The sole cause of these differences are I and mine. I am this body, and therefore all attributes of this body are mine. And I develops as an attachment to my parents, my siblings, then the I becomes mine. When I becomes mine, then again you have all the attachments towards your friends, family, parents, and children. And those who disrespect this body, they are called enemies. I am insulted by somebody. They don't know me. They see only this body and they say something, right? And because I associate myself with this body, I get offended. So likes and dislikes. So an open, clear mind, an objective perspective is needed for a divine vision. Krishna removes these likes and dislikes on Arjuna for a few minutes. So Arjuna gets the divine vision instantly for a few minutes. Whatever I see is divine, nothing but divine should be our attitude, worldview. That is seeing things as is. That is referred to as helicopter view, beyond plurality. Don't unbiased, don't take sides. If you take always when you take sides, the other one is against you. That is you are encouraging an enemy in your mind. So don't take sides, unbiased. Verse 9, Sanjayan, the charioteer of Dhritarashtra, the blind king, describes the scene to Dhritarashtra by saying that Krishna showed his all-in-one form to Arjuna. He had also seen it. A jnani, a realized one, does not need to see this form for everything. For everything that he sees is nothing but divine. So he doesn't need to get this divine vision. He's already there. But Arjuna, being a warrior, therefore Krishna shows him this divine form of oneness. In verse 10, Arjuna describes this form. I see multiple eyes, mouth, many forms with many colored clothes, ornaments, and weapons. I am in awe, he says. Then Sanjayan describes that luminosity is as though there are 1,000 suns are shining, and at the same time, all at the same time. He's imagining and he's explaining, Sanjayan is explaining this to Dhritarashtra. Verse 12 and 13, with faces in all directions, Arjuna says, I see you from all angles. I see all in one, humans, animals, birds, trees, all deities are all in you, says Arjuna. Seeing such a sight, he gets goosebumps. He is in wonder. From verse 15 to 22, he expresses his wonder, his surprise, and that attitude, awe attitude. His verse 15, he says, Lord, I see all physical bodies in you. I see all deities in you. The Trinity, that is Brahma, Vishnu, Shivan in you. All rishis, sages, and saints in you. You alone is. I see the immeasurable eyes, faces, hands, and legs in you, but I do not see your beginning, middle, or end. This emphasizes that he is all-pervasive, anantarupam, limitless. In verse 18, he says, you are one alone, and everything else is in you. You are immeasurable, indestructible, undefinable, all-pervasive. Aksharam. Sharam means destructive. Aksharam, you are indestructible. You must be known, you are worth knowing. Paramam Veditavyam. You are the substratum of everything. Param Nidana. That is, you are substratum, you are the basis, foundation, fundamental of everything. You are the protector of Sanatana Dharma, Sasvatam Dharma Gopta. You are the protector of Sanatana Dharma that is ever existent. Sanatana Dharma means everlasting principles of life, eternal values of life. This is applicable to the entire humanity. So you are the protector of that. That in which everything dissolves is Sri Hari. Jivas, individuals are drawn to this world, power, wealth, relationship, and intelligence. Intelligence here refers to scientific evidence. People want to know, prove it that there is God. How can you prove? When they said, of course, even our children are like that. They are all scientists, right? So they always ask, prove it. How, the very essence that you are able to ask this question means there is divinity in you. Otherwise, you cannot ask this question, I say. So we are drawn to this world instead of truthfulness, honesty, straightforwardness, righteousness, that is dharma. Humans trust the impermanence more than righteousness. I would like to have a big bank balance. I would like to have a home. They're all impermanent. So Arjuna says, I see you as the protector of what is right, dharma, righteousness. No wonder everyone worships you, chanting your name, singing music, and meditating on you. He concludes his Ascharya Bhava, wondrous attitude, in verse 22. 23 to 31, Arjuna expresses fear. We see Ishvara with a smiling face in all the pictures, right? But why was he afraid of that supreme God, supreme form? Isn't God supreme supposed to be compassionate, good, and sacred? We call Abhayamurti, we call Nirbhaya. But the reason for fear is different, a second entity, something other than me. There really doesn't have to be something other than me. The very thought that there is something other than me causes fear. I remember when I was in college in 1960s, late 60s, when I used to walk, I used to think that somebody is stalking me. The very thought will cause me fear, then I will start walking fast. I can recall now. It is just a thought. Very thought, if you have it, then there is a fear that there is somebody second one. Right? So even if it is my shadow. So we used to, I remember that's one of the reasons why people are afraid to be alone, because they think somebody will come, somebody will do, something is there. That's because of the mindset. So here he says, Viswaroopa is Ishvara, divine form. That supreme is the entire universe in one form. Everything that we see, hear, taste, smell, touch, everything is divine. Srishti, Sthiti, Layam. Generation, operation, dissolution. All in one. That is what generation, operation, dissolution is a God acronym. It is an acronym. Entire humanity uses that word, but many don't know the meaning. Arjuna was in wonder, thrilled, delighted. He was elated at first when he saw Brahma and Vishnu forms, but started feeling the emotion of fear when he saw the dissolution aspect of the form. Dissolution aspect is in Sanskrit Layakarta. We experience the same when we see mass death in a war, or recently 3 years ago during COVID. So many people, family members passed away. Destruction is in our mind as a thought. They are all incidences, events, occurrences. Supreme is also referred to as Layakarta, deity of dissolution. When Arjuna saw the deity of dissolution, he was enveloped by fear. Why? Because he saw all beings entering into Supreme's mouth, especially during Mahabharata. He saw both sides of the army man, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, all rushing to get inside, getting chewed. You can read this once we finish. You can read it in the textbook. It's more descriptive there. So everything is getting destroyed, and everyone is dying. Dissolution is the second side of Brahman. The destruction is a thought. Okay, there's a difference between destruction and dissolution. Destruction means something is destroyed, it will never come back. Dissolution is dissolved and it crystallizes again like a salt or sugar in water. So that is dissolution. So as he saw this universal cosmic form, he isolated himself as the seer. Even though he saw everybody else going inside, he thought himself as he is the seer. So therefore, he is still not self-realized. He saw the second entity, therefore fear. This reminds me of Halloween, which we do it here, and we do it in India too, differently. One time I went to the store to get a Halloween costume for my grandson. He was 3, 4 years old. His dad had a big bear mask, and then the kid got scared. 3, 4 years. He came running to me and hugged me. Then once the dad took it off, then he said, "Oh, this is my dad." We do that. We play with that with a towel or a linen in India too with children, right? So this is just as long as you see it's a different, then you're afraid. When you think that this is only my dad, then you feel that I'm not afraid anymore. Krishna here shows everyone entering into his mouth, a grotesque, incongruous, contradictory, conflicting form. So Krishna says, to protect the righteous, I take the unrighteous. All God or my acts. That is, everything is my act. In verse 23, Arjuna says, I'm afraid, I'm daunted, I'm discouraged, so are others. I saw the chilling, horrifying sight of you, a very huge form with an open mouth, red hot eyes. And I have no more strength to see this. 25 to 27, Arjuna sees the destructions happening in the world. This reflects humans are not the product, humans are the product of their choices. Just like moth gets into the flame, it is self-destruction. It gets burnt. That is a natural attraction, repulsion to light in photo axis scientifically. Similarly, these warriors, due to their own thoughts, having lost their objective analytical ability, they rush into to lose their body. We often say we reap what we sow. We dig our own holes. We are the product of our choices. That is the sixth intuition every human being has. Whether I should do it or I should not do it. That is the intuition. Whereas animals act on instincts. Right? So verse 30 says, I destroy them only to give them a new form and to prevent them from continuing in this unrighteous path that they are already in, to deviate them, to distract them. So they don't keep continuing to do the same unrighteous acts. Verse 31, Arjuna, who referred to this universal form, cosmic form, all in one with a great adoration, now calls the same form a fierce, ferocious form, that is Ugramurti. This shows that jivas do not like to worship the fierce force. Sometimes I have heard people ask me, why is Shiva has that trinad, or why Kali has all these weapons in her hand, We have answers for those things. In India, some families do not even keep this chariot, the picture that is behind me in the house, because they think that it will cause a war between the cousins or brothers. But that's when Gita book was born too. It's how you look at it, our perspective. Either you can see that this is Bhagavad Gita or you can see this is Mahabharata war. So Arjuna is asking Krishna with his palms held together in a very humble way, who are you with such a fierce, brutal, cruel, frightful appearance? Why are you destroying everything? Please explain. 23 to 31, Arjuna expresses his emotion of fear. We are all afraid of mass destruction. Flood, we have experienced it in India in 2015, I think. Flood, famine, COVID, we have seen all this. Then we feel bad. Why is this happening in the universe? So Krishna responds, I am time. That is my responsibility, my duty. I am death. I am Yama. Just like the space holds all four elements. See, in space we see air, fire, water, and earth. Everything is in space. I hold everything. I hold all activities are in me, he says. Good and bad are in human mind. Everything is on his time. He is the activator. He is the catalyst. So when we wake up in the morning, we say, oftentimes we say, I'm awake. And immediate thought is, what are the things that I need to do? To-do list comes in my mind, right? So what we should think is, these eyelids are opening because of that presence in this body. That presence is divine presence. That is Atman. Without that Atman, these eyelids won't open. So as you go higher and higher, helicopter view, you see everything appears to be flat from the top, right? Objectivity. Everything happens on his time. I wake up, this eyelids open, I wake up because of his presence, because of his time. A bud is blooming. A birth is happening. A seed is sprouting. A death is occurring. It's all on his time. Anything and everything depreciates every nanosecond, but we do not realize it. Everything is perishable over time. That is the act of God. We say nature. Whatever needs to be destroyed is destroyed by his act and at his time. Just like we humans say spring cleaning, we downsizing, or we wood removal, or because in the fall here, all the leaves fall, then we start cleaning it, right? So also we do the same thing at home. We clean the house, or we clean the car. We do that. So also Lord, Divine Brahman, cleans everything on his time. So verse 33, Arjuna says, you are only a tool. You are destined to die. Get up and fight. As a warrior, do your duty and win. It's not that, there are some people who have argued Krishna or God, Hindu God encourages war. No, he did not encourage war. It's misunderstood. He is asking the warrior to fight. That is your job. So this suggests that whatever is happening in this universe, we are all only tools, instruments. You can choose. We have destiny, and people get confused between destiny and free will. Destiny is product of the karma, but that can be deviated, distracted by free will. Imagine a cow is tied to a chain, and it can go up to maybe half a mile. It has a free will to go half a mile, but not the entire thing, right? Same thing. We have the free will to change what we have, go through. It can reduce it. So those who are not for the common good needs to be eliminated. Do not support unrighteous act at any time. There's a quote, stand up for what is right even if you are standing alone. Protect against those who are against righteousness. Protest against those who are against righteousness. That is Raja Dharma for a warrior. As a king, that is your duty. So in these verses, divine vision refers to all inclusive. That is, all the good, bad, and ugly are in me. All these things are in our mind. We think this is good, that is bad, that is ugly, but it's all events. Humans individually accept one part of life and reject the other. That is why we are caught in plurality. We celebrate and accept birth, but not death. Even birth, every birth has a death, and every death has a birth. That is why helicopter view is necessary. Seeing beyond plurality, it is an event, it occurs. Every beginning has an end, every end has a new beginning. With this knowledge, one should not be afraid of death. Death is nothing but shedding this body to get a new one, like change of jobs. That is coming. Like change. Death is nothing but shedding the current body to get a new one, like change of jobs, moving to a new home. It's the next phase of life for that jiva. So verse 35, Sanjay describes all this to the blind king Dhritarashtra. Yes, he says a king should not bow down to anyone at any time because he is royal. But Arjuna, the royal king, is bowing to Krishna with his hands together. That means at that point he realizes this is divine. Verse 36 to 45, Arjuna expresses his reverence, devotion, adoration to Krishna, that is Bhakti. 36 to 45. 36, he says, I agree with everything that you say, Krishna. You deserve respect and admiration. It is not a surprise that everyone is devoted to you. You are the supreme without a beginning, middle, and end. You are all pervasive. You are the first and foremost. You are beyond the presence and absence, appearance and disappearance. You are beyond space and time. You are multiplicity with countless forms. You are the prime, root, cause, fundamental, substratum, absolute. That is why all humans are relative to the absolute. Say, I am Vijaya, I say my mother because I associate with body. But in fact, I am that. I am that. So everyone is relative. Somebody is that one's friend, the friend's brother's wife, sister, or something like that. We refer to with reference to absolute. You are the strength, you are the power, you are all pervasive. Everything dissolves in you. You are the resting place for the entire universe. You are both the knower and the known. This is chapter 4.24. When the person is eating, the food, the act of eating, and the eater all are one. That's 4.24. That's why we always remember before eating. I'm not feeding for this body, but I'm offering it to you. That is a symbolism. So you are the air, water, fire, sun, and moon. I prostrate you to 1,000 times and in all directions as I see you everywhere. Verse 40, you are in all beings and in all appearances. When we say a fruit, it includes the skin, pulp, flesh, juice, and seed, right? We don't call only the pulp as fruit. So also Brahman is all inclusive. The entire universe, all beings, all that exists, all that appears is Brahman. All that appear to exist also, even if you don't see it. Krishna is Arjuna's mother's brother's son, his cousin, actually Arjuna's cousin. An avatar, but Arjuna did not know that he was an avatar until now. Now Arjuna says, we played together, I compared and competed with you, I treated you as my friend, teased you, and called you with different names like we all do with our friends in childhood. Please forgive me. This verse 41 refers to that all beings are Krishna's form, but we disrespect, we ignore, we insult, we hurt others. There are sometimes you hear the sarcastic comments and all. It's all because they don't know, and you cannot teach them. They have to listen to this Shravana. Shravanam is that which we hear. From Shravanam came Stotram. Stotram is also same thing, right? So train the mind to see the divinity in all. Verse 46, Arjuna, due to fear, requests, please come back to your original form. Because he was afraid. Verse 47 to the end, Krishna describes the glory of the cosmic form, Viswaroopa. He says, Arjuna, I express myself the brightest in the form that has no beginning or end. I have never shown this, revealed this to anyone. But mere reading Vedas, performing, practicing rituals, or by charity, dana, Alone, this form cannot be seen, will not be seen. Now, I will show you my regular normal form, he says. And he comes back to this form that human beings can see. God was created by human being with a form as humans. So that way, because we cannot conceptualize the Nirguna Brahman, who has no form, is all pervasive. We cannot conceptualize. So we try to bring into our uh, way of seeing him. And the same thing, we also said he's married to so and so, he has got children, because we have to relate to that, right? Otherwise, we won't know. He is all pervasive, he is nirgunam, he has no shape, size, color, nothing. So, but we cannot see that. We have to go to that level. Sanjay describes all this to that Krishna came back to human form through Dhritarashtra. Verse 51, Janardana. Janardana means the substratum, the protector of all. I am now settled down. I am calm and clear by seeing this human form. You see that, because Arjuna says that. This cosmic form of mine cannot be seen that easily. Then how can humans see is a question. So he uses the term Ananya Bhakti. We have discussed that in chapter 8 and verse 22. Exclusive Bhakti, without any deviation, distraction, single pointed, undivided devotion, total unconditional surrender, complete surrender. Surrender can never be regarded as complete as long as you want this or you want that. Oh God, give me this, give me that. That means that is not complete surrender. Surrender is the love for God, not even for liberation. I'm not asking you for anything. I want to see you. I want to be with you. That's all. I don't need anything. I want to know you. So that is why in Sanatana Dharma we are not called as devotee. Devotee is Dvaita Bhavana. Seeker. Seeker only seeks only Supreme. Ekam, one alone, is without a second. Because he says, I am in all and all in me. Only the one who completely surrenders unto me without any distractions, abides in me, reaches me, realizes me. Worry, fear, anger, guilt, attraction, repulsion is all of the world, of the Prakriti, nature, due to likes and dislikes in our mind. If I don't have any of this, then I don't have any worry, any fear, anything. Right? So no need to have any likes and dislikes. Just see this world as is. So whenever I go to temples, they ask for additional cash. Okay, if you pay an extra amount, you will be able to go in the front line. I never pay. I try to see the divinity in all people who are standing in line. They're all standing in line. Why should I even bypass them and pay extra and go? So that is my thing. This has been happening for since 79. I stood there in Tirupati for 5 hours in the line. Then I decided, why am I doing this? So I don't pay extra. God is everywhere. If you can see everywhere, then there is no need to pay extra to go into the temple. That is my opinion. So verse 55, it says, as that one who performs all actions with arpana buddhi, that is, offering. I'm offering it to divinity and expecting nothing in return except me as the ultimate goal to attain parama purushartham, we call it. That is the ultimate goal of human existence. Is not attached to anything or rejects anything that appears. This is one in all. Think about it. If you look at it, it's all around us. Sun gives the brightness and vitality. It never asks for any thank you. Trees give fruits and shade. They never ask you for any thank you. Rain helps in cleaning the air and also for the farmers in the fields. But when we walk and we see somebody drop their wallet, we take it out and give it to that person, and that person just takes it and walks away. And we think he didn't even say thank you. See, that is in the mind. He dropped it and I saw it. It was my duty. I'll pick it up and give it to him. That's all. We have to stop there. So we expect everything from everybody at all times. So when you have an Ananya Bhakti, Anya means different. Ananya means without any difference. Seeking only me. Such a person has no affinity or attachment to anything and does not reject anything. Everything, whatever happens in life, accept it as is. Thus sees the oneness in all and all in one. With that, this cosmic universal form, Viswaroopa Darsana chapter ends. We'll see the slide. And then we go to the next month, December 21st is the third Sunday. We will have chapter 12. Let me share the screen with you. Okay, this is Viswaroopa Darsana, cosmic form. See, when we see this, because whenever I go for a walk, I take pictures. I often wonder how symmetrical these flowers are. One petal doesn't prolong, right? It is all symmetrical, everyone. This is the color differences I admire. And we use this flower to rose and other things in my puja, but sometimes we say this we don't use certain flowers, we don't use in certain things we don't use. And I always think, why don't we use? That is also creation of God, same thing, but it is in our mind. This is okay, this is with full of fragrance, that doesn't have fragrance, but everything is in our mind again. This is with clean mowed lawn. This one, people will say there are so many weeds, they didn't even mow their lawn. It is again in the mind. This is a beauty. That is also beautiful. We say no, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So this is a divine. We are going to watch for 56 seconds. Viswaroopa Darsana. Tell me if you can see clearly, if you can hear.
Sahasrasesharanjitam Sahasrahastarajitam Sahasravidha vibhasitam Sahasravarna samshritam Sahasranopakirtitam Sahasranama sabaditam Sahasrasatkoronatam Samastudeva chadutam Samastashaktipanditam Samastabhakravanditam Samastamukhisumhitam Krishna Shivatam Namami Krishna Devatam.
Oh, I stopped it. Sorry. Okay. What happened? Wait a minute. I don't know. I'm going to the next screen. I'm trying to go to the next screen. It is not. Okay. So that is what it is. And then we go to the next screen, which is Viswaroopa. He sees this Rupam and he sees everything in one, all in one, and he is surprised. Arjuna. Layakarta, where in 20 years ago we had the Indian Ocean tsunami, we had so many deaths, pandemic, war, COVID, disaster. Now he is afraid. The moth, this comes in verse number 29. Just like the moths, they go into the fire lamp and then they get burned. So also everything is because of our own actions. He is afraid to see the mass death. This is Kurukshetra war. People are dying. Everything is happening. All destructions. So he's expressing his fear, and he calls Ugramurti, horrific form. Why do deity carries weapons? That's a question that people ask. The answer lies in a profound understanding of cosmic balance. These weapons are not instruments of violence, but symbol of divine power, tools to protect dharma, righteousness, to destroy evil, which is unrighteousness, adharma, and guide humanity towards a spiritual awakening. In Sanatana Dharma, the divine is not passive. All deities are dynamic forces that actively upholds the universal order, intervene in cosmic crisis, empower devotees to cover their inner demons. Their weapons are metaphors for virtues like discernment, courage, and justice, qualities essential for navigating through challenges. So weapons are supposed to be only in the hands of God or divine, not in humans. That's the symbolism. So he was a crowned king. He's not supposed to bow to anybody, but he bows in this verse 35. That is, he's representing his bhakti after fear. He's saying, come back to human form. This is a picture where whenever I go for a walk, I take pictures. So I just see the divinity in all. So you see this pelican, and I say, wow, there is an Atman there. I see the seagulls, there is a divinity there. The trees, leaves are changing. This is just here, right here. This in Virginia. This is in Utah. This one, when I see this, I saw it's an old bush, but then look at the new green leaves coming out. That is the beauty. We cannot create that. It is his time, it comes. So he isolated himself from the seer, from the divinity, therefore he was afraid. He sees the second one, right? See, that is why he was afraid. He surrenders at that point. And that is Bhakti Bhava. When he comes, he has been blessed. Bhakti Bhava. Ananya Bhakti, please come back to your original form, because I cannot see this. See, a fruit, any fruit, we say all these three together. With this, we have seen it in chapter 7, verse 30. All these things are together, we call it fruit. So also Brahman refers to the entire universe, billions of jivas, and all appearances are together in one. 11.41 verse. This is 54 to 55, Ananya Bhakti. Abhyabhicharani Bhakti, Suddha Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti, Ekagra Bhakti, all mean the same thing. Bhakti to God without any other thought of occupying in the mind. One who sees me in everything attains me, says in verse 55. Ananya Bhakti, say that is Bhagavan Prapti, you attain, that is in Hindi. So always develop a passion to see the divinity in everything that is around us. Now, whatever this is also again Ananya Bhakti, whatever has happened for good. Whatever is happening for good. Whatever will happen will also happen for good. What have you lost that you cry for? What did you bring that you lost? What did you create that was destroyed? You came empty-handed and you will go empty-handed. Whatever is yours today was somebody else's yesterday and will be somebody else's tomorrow. One of the friend gave me in 1997 when I lost my husband. So starting there, at that time, I started getting into the spiritual path. So we become naked, we go naked. We develop attachments, but divinity is one. Aham Brahmasmi. That's the one that I wanted to share. And then let me see, I wanted to share another screen if possible. This one is blocking me. Okay. I want to see if you can raise your thumb if you can listen to this. Okay. This is 11.55.
Matkarma Kranmatparamo
Can you hear?
Madbhakta Sangavarjit.
Meena, can you hear? Raise your thumb. Okay.
Yes, ma.
Let me start from beginning. This is 11.55.
Matkarma Kranmatparamo Madbhakta Sangavarjitaha Nirvairah Sarvabhuteshu Yas Samameti Pandava.
This site has got a meaning also here. Those who perform all their duties for my sake, who depend on me and are devoted me, who are free from attachment and are without malice towards all beings, such devotees certainly come to me. So that's the end of it. So I thought I'll share that with you. We stop here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let me know your thoughts. Welcome, Dan.
மங்களமூர்த்தியா நம்ம பாக்குறது டிஸ்ட்ரக்டிவ் பிரின்சிபலா நம்மளால இது ஜீரணிக்க முடியல.
Yeah, we cannot. That is why, because it is in our mind. Our mind is thinking this is good, this is bad. That is also an event that occurred. That's all. Just like
இயற்கையோட எல்லாமே ரசிக்க முடியுது. ஒவ்வொன்றையும் அந்த பூ தினம் போது அது கீழே விழும்போது அது ஸ்ப்ரிங் ஃபால் யார் இதுக்கு கமெண்ட் பண்றா? அது வாட்ல அதனுடைய நியதிப்படி அது வாட்ல
இங்கிலீஷ்ல சொல்லிடுங்க so Dan can understand also.
எனக்கு இங்கிலீஷ்ல சொல்றதுக்கு இவ்வளவு ஃப்ளூயண்டா சொல்ல முடியுமான்னு தெரியல. என்னால தான்
No, you can make an attempt. No, we see a beauty in everything, right?
Yes. Yesterday also my son said, Amma, we are born to die. You mustn't cry. But
no,
we are not able to digest.
No, 25 years ago, I visualized myself when my husband passed away and my children,